So we're here with Darin Perrett. He's the general manager here at Royal Lepage Signature, and he's taken some time out of his busy schedule to answer a couple of questions. And the fundamentals of the real estate market have changed dramatically, Darin. So if you could make a recommendation for a buyer or a seller in today's market, how would you manage providing guidance or recommendations in this type of market?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, a question we get all the time, and people are curious and seeing a lot of information out there, either in social land or through news or TV outlets. And, I would recommend to anybody that is interested in pursuing real estate is to really, hire a true professional that's going to be able to break down numbers from the Toronto Real Estate Board, the true statistics and facts that we have in front of us as real estate agents, and understand what does it look like? What does history bring us? What does today bring us? Everything in between. And here at Signature, we do a really great job at diagnosing the market, really breaking down numbers and structure of what's truly happening in the market. If you look back in history, it's never a straight line in real estate. It's always been a sort of a mountaintops. They go up, they go down, and we're sort of in that space right now where we have pulled off of our highs, and it's been a while. This has been a good correction. It was definitely needed. Past, let's call it 50 years is, a 6 to 7% increase year over year. And that's with the ups and downs and valleys that we talked about. But right now is a golden opportunity. If you look back on that chart, at times where we've had peaks and then it's pulled off on the lows, the next peak is always bigger than the previous. It's just the way it is. And it's always been the history of real estate. And that's why real estate is one of the greatest investments you can make, to increase your net worth. If I was to look at the charts today, what an opportunity to purchase a property. You had any clients right now that were on the fence or thinking about it. Even if they got in today and it still pulled off another 5%, correction, you would love that chart 10 years from now when you say, look, I bought down here. Yeah, I went down a little further and I didn't hit the exact bottom. You can't time the market perfectly. Yeah. But what we've seen and what we can see visually through stats is that there's a really good opportunity here to jump in and get into the market. And I know you do that with your clients, and you do a great job at really analyzing and showing them where we're at and where we're going. With all the things that are occurring in the last 5 years with COVID and our economy, inflation, employment rate was starting to creep up there. All these factors, people look at that and they're a bit hesitant, which I totally understand. You have to. If you have the money right now to be able to purchase, go all in right now. This is a perfect time.
It's like the perfect storm, if you will, right?
Yeah.
Pullback in prices, conservative pullback, if you will, and lower interest rates. It's a perfect storm.
Right.
If you are a buyer looking to purchase in today's market, that's kind of what you're suggesting?
100%. And, it's a good point that you talked about rates there. They pulled back considerably from their highs, obviously. But we were used to 1.5% to 2.5%. And I don't have a crystal ball and I don't know exactly where rates are going, but I don't think we'll ever get there in the near future. I think, if anything, we would hover between 3.5% and 4.5%.
Which are normal rates.
Which are normal rates, exactly. And that's where we are right now. Coupled with, the pullback in pricing, I don't know why you would hesitate to buy right now. Like you said, everything's aligning to pull the trigger. So
yeah, and there you have it. You've been in this business a long time. You provide guidance and support, not only to brokers such as myself, but in an entire organization. And the spirit of what you are suggesting, things that you have see on a day-to-day basis, I think we're in a relatively healthy time. And I would agree with you 100%. It's a long hold. So I just wanted to personally thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to be here to answer these questions and provide your guidance and your insights. And it's always greatly appreciated.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
thanks.
Appreciate your time.
All right, buddy.